2 days away. That's a long time.
All right, it is Monday, May 5th, 2025 at 6 PM. We're going to call our meeting to order and start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we'll have the roll call.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell, Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Aliger, Bennett.
Yes.
All right, next, can I get approval of tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Collister, seconded by Coolman. We have no discussion. Take the roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
All right, item number 6 is our presentations, and it shows we have none. So we'll move to number 7, which is a public hearing. And the first public hearing is regards a proposed sale of real estate generally described as a portion of a parcel number 146181940102300, also known as 1015 East Platt Street, approximately 166,272 square feet in size, and that goes to Verla R. Beck in the amount no greater than $1. Do we have anybody who wishes to address the city?
I don't have a ton to add to this, Mayor and Council, other than this is I think the third iteration of trying to have this public hearing or related actions, and everyone's in total agreement at this point. All attorneys are in agreement. And later in this agenda, you see a construction bid to execute this whole drainage plan here. So everything's in good position. In reference to the resolutions, the only kind of maybe finite detail item is that the Beck family is not getting crop rent this year, so they asked the city for $325 per acre crop rent, which we agreed to. We cover their attorney's fees up to $2,000, so that the closing costs are on the city through this project. So in lieu of other solutions for this work, we didn't think those were completely outrageous, and it's what we need to move forward with the rest of this plan.
Okay.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Okay, we have a motion by Lyon,
Second.
seconded by Bennett to close the public hearing. We have no discussion. Take the roll.
Collister,
Yes.
Coleman, Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Okay, we move on to item B, which is a public hearing on a proposed purchase of real estate, generally described as a portion of parcel 145181940102900. That's approximately 144 square feet in size, and it'll go for no more than $1. So, anything you want to add?
Nothing further, Mayor. Thank you.
Anything from the audience or Zoom? Council?
Motion to close the public hearing.
Okay, I have a motion by Lyon, seconded by Collister, seconded by Collister to close the public hearing. No discussion. Take the roll.
Coleman,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We move to item C, which is a hearing regarding fiscal year 2024-2025 budget amendment number 1. You have anything?
Thank you, Mayor. Looking forward again to the resolution item later in this agenda. This is the public's opportunity to provide some input on these budget amendments and these budget approvals. And not unlike some of our previous actions, it appears that we don't have any tonight. I put together a basic general fund chart for you, as well as our predictions for how the year is going to end. You can look in that 24-25 column, and there were some larger numbers assumed into this budget with the construction project that will be considered later tonight. So I anticipate our 24-25 budget look will actually appear better according to our software. So all department heads have been fantastic with meeting Missy and Missy managing that process. And I don't have a ton to add other than the fact that I think that our department heads are doing really fantastic work for us, and Missy seems to have had a good transition into this type of work.
Okay.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Motion by Lyon, seconded by Simonson. And we have no discussion. Take the roll.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Okay, we might make it to item D, which is a public hearing, instituting proceedings to take action for a issuance of a not to exceed $2,400,000 general obligation capital loan notes. So go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, and I know at least in my conversation with the mayor that I think you said 5 people had contacted you about this, and I don't know if Kelly wrote the article in the press paper, but kind of had a classic to be or not to be question on this fee, and this is a no additional cost impact item to accomplish $2.4 million of underground and street work, and Jen and John, among other areas, know where the worst ones in town utility-wise are, and this is gonna focus in that Erie and Eddy Place corridor and South Niagara Street, south of Summit, and then possibly Washington as well, heading down the hill. So we're looking forward to this project, and assuming everything gets approved, probably a 2026 construction.
Okay. Do we have anybody who wishes to address the city council? Anybody on Zoom?
Motion to close the public hearing.
A motion by Lyon to close the public hearing, second by Colister. If we have no discussion, take the roll.
Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Bennett, yes.
All right, we move on to item 8, which is our consent agenda. It consists of the minutes of the April 21st, 2025 regular city council meeting. Our bills payable through May 5th, 2025 in the amount of $478,478.48, and the renewal of a Class E retail alcohol license to Main Street Tobacco Shop.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. And if we have no discussion, take the roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Simonson,
Yes.
All right, we make it to old business now. Item A is an ordinance adopting Chapter 99A Utility Improvement Fund of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa, and this is the second reading.
So moved.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Bennett. Anything you want to add, Josh?
Negative, thank you.
Okay, then take the roll.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Okay, we make it to new business now. And item A is a resolution approving the sale of real estate, generally described as a portion of parcel number 146181940102300, also known as 1015 East Platt Street, approximately 166,272 square feet in size, to Verla R. Beck in the amount no greater than $1.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Bennett. Is there any discussion on this? Then take the roll.
Coolman,
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item B is a resolution approving purchase of real estate generally described as a portion of a parcel known as 145-181-940-102900, which is approximately 140,444 square feet in size, or no more than $1.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
second.
seconded by Bennett. Do we have any discussion? And take the roll.
Bennett, yes. Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
All right, that passes. Make it to item C, which is a resolution adopting fiscal year 2024-2025 budget amendment number 1.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
second.
seconded by Bennett. If we have no discussion, then take the roll.
Simonson, Lyon,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Bennett, yes.
All right, that passes. Item D is a resolution instituting proceedings to take additional actions for the issuance of not to exceed $2,400,000 in general obligation capital loan notes.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. And if we have no discussion, take the roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Bennett. Yes, okay.
Okay, we make it to item E, a resolution approving the Maple Street Drainage Improvement bid in the amount of $181,431.70 to Steiger Construction. Add that.
Thanks, Mayor. I covered a little bit of this. I do want to compliment Origin Design. I think they did it's really nice to see engineering plans come together, especially when you have a spread and a recruitment of jobs like this. And I don't recall us ever receiving 18 bids on a project, so. Teresa, our utility billing clerk, told me we'd have to get a wheelbarrow to carry these in, and Andy Godkin from Origin and I spent about 40 minutes on sealing these, so. I'm really happy to present these tonight. We reference the winning bid to Steger Construction. I have no familiarity with them. I don't think the city does either. Andy from Origin recommends them, states in Dyersville area. This is what they do. So he had total comfort in recommending this to us, and I would advise you to proceed with the low bid here as presented.
Can we look at any references on these? It's just concerning when it's half the cost of the high.
No, we did no reference checking. I was pretty well comforted by his confidence in his statements.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Lyon,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. If there's no discussion, take the roll.
Do all overages come out of Josh's check?
Hollister,
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item F is a resolution approving change order number 6, increase to amount of $13,498.44 for the wastewater treatment plant project. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, and Jen, feel free to chime in here. But so far as I know, this is a pre-punch list / walkthrough change order to date and known. So we're sitting here preparing for that moment, and we're looking at just a $13,000 change order to bring this together. So overall, I don't feel I've been totally surprised, and I hope that you haven't either by some $300,000 unknown that could have happened along the way. I think this job has gone pretty well, and believe we're waiting for a parking lot still. But besides that, Jen, are there other items on the horizon on this?
There's gonna be a couple more. We've had a couple of issues arise that, just a pipe wasn't attached where it should be. One was a drain filled with concrete, just a couple of small ones, but, we've looked at,
Minor.
you know, what are must-haves and what are, you know, not. So that's why there's some pluses and some minuses on this, because we've taken a few things out, so.
So was it a engineer mistake for the concrete and or we're just covering that in a change order?
No, that was, yeah, I guess it was an engineering thing. They didn't think the pipe went anywhere, and in the long run, it was a drain. So, I mean, we did as much as we could to investigate it, to save the change order. That was pretty minor. The other one was a drain on the new sludge holding tank, and that was just a matter of nobody knew where the drain went. They hooked it to a drain, but it went into the old admin building that used to be a drain that was plated off back in like 2000 when we did the last construction project. So there's some unknowns that you just don't know. You go by the old plans and hopefully they work out, and they didn't, but.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. Do we have any discussion? Then take the roll.
Colvin,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
All right, that passes. Item G is a resolution approving a Public Works recoding bid in the amount of $38,902.43 to Cerito Pro Painting, Pro Painters. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, and to me, this is the most curious item on the agenda, but I want to encourage some discussion with you all. I had a chance to talk to Chair Mark Lyon of the Public Works Committee, and we recruited some recoding bids for down at Public Works to try to push along the department to a point, maybe 15 years from now, we can make a broader Public Works facility discussion. In our CIP interest revenue and how to use that revenue projects, we thought this would maybe possibly be one of those avenues. So That's where we intend to pay this out of, and we have ample budget for it. But I think it's worth noting that at one point in time in 2019, we were having this new public works facility-like conversation. It wasn't long ago. And to me, and I came in 2022 in January, you know, they have power plants down there. We have some substantial public assets, wastewater plant, a levee. We need to be thinking about what we should be doing with our debt service, and you have an example here tonight of using $2.4 million of your debt service to go towards utility improvements and street improvements. And I have a reference for you. The city of DeWitt's renovation on their public works facility is a $4 million job. It's a question of how you intend to use your debt service and what your best strategy is. We realize that a truck storage facility rehab down there maybe created a couple change orders, and we got away with some reuse for $100,000 or $150,000. It'll be the same thing with building 2 and 3, which aren't in perfect condition. We realize there may be roof improvements to take up there. But all that being said, you know, I'm trying to push you towards the idea of, okay, we can get by here for the next 15 years while we catch up with a lot of our street and utility programs and utilize our debt service. I think the taxpayers would appreciate that more than a new public works facility. You are totally welcome to disagree, but that's just my general management opinion of this situation. So this is designed to do some tuck pointing, surface protect, coat the truck storage building roof, as well as the main shop building, and then color match to that truck storage building. And the last thing I'll add is that on that first impressions program from Iowa State that the chamber managed, they wanted us to focus on our north and south main corridors, and I think this will help that out just a little bit. And I don't expect it to be a huge bump, but it will help out aesthetically on our main corridors. I don't think I missed any points, but I do want to encourage some conversation with council, just kind of gathering some confidence of whether we're heading in the right direction on this, or this could be a no item. Up to you.
Could have put this on the last agenda. John, I got time tonight.
Yeah.
I don't have any objection to it. I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay, we have a motion by Colister, seconded by Lyon. Any more discussion on this?
Well, it sounds like we're the right direction to be going, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's kind of messy over that way.
Okay, then take the roll.
Beck.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item H is a discussion and possible motion authorizing the hiring of Chad Kettleson for the seasonal part-time public works maintenance position.
I think you guys should talk this one out to make Jan sweat just a little bit.
I was going to, but I motioned.
Yep.
I thought it would be fun, but we'll make her sweat in her own conversation in a couple weeks.
All right, we got a motion by Colister, seconded by Lyon. Any more discussion on this? Then take the roll.
Lyon.
Yes.
Oh, I started with the middle. Simonson.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We make it to reports and communications. Anybody have anything for the council?
John, can you just give an update on Summit Street? I've had a lot of people ask me about completion dates and
Yeah.
where we're at.
Tomorrow's gonna be their first day of pouring. They're gonna pour 90 yards of concrete up there. I know that because we tried to get some today, or for tomorrow. They're still on track to meet that deadline. Probably be a little bit closer maybe to Memorial Day before everything is open, because they're gonna have to let it set.
Yeah, I think the
But-
website or something says May 16th, so if that's not, can we get that updated?
Yeah.
I think it's on the Facebook page.
I can get a firm date, but they're on track right now.
Have you stopped telling people it's gonna be a roundabout?
Yeah, well, I had lots of questions that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still room,
Told them we're gonna put lights up there.
I
there's
didn't,
still room for a roundabout there.
yeah, okay. Now that we took the sign down.
Anybody else have anything to add?
Motion to adjourn.
City manager, do you have anything to add?
I was just gonna add that, some pretty tall lawns out there now, and we've let it gone by, so you may hear from folks in this seasonal activity again of who stepped on my lawn to mow it, and we've done our notices in the public paper and Facebook and utility bills, and police will be out on their, just like they were last year on a Sunday afternoon, posting doors, and our mower will be at it Monday and Tuesday as time is available to them, so it's time to start cleaning up that way.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? I'd take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Coolman, seconded by Bennett. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We're adjourned.